When it comes to the continent and investment within the infrastructure space really stands out with the theme Build Africa front of mind right now. What's your perspective on Africa's construction space, broadly speaking?
Thank you for inviting me to this studio. I will be very much pleased to speak on this studio about the African situation and as well particularly the Ethiopian construction industry. To start with, the third Africa cement trade is focusing on African scenario, how is African trend of growth, especially in the construction industry, is currently looks like, and what will the scenario will look like in the coming 5 years. We assessed the 5-year scenario of the Eastern African situation and also the total African cement prospect. Then we just focused on East Africa, and now East Africa as of now is using about, the aggregate amount of cement is about 8 million tons per year. And the Ethiopian component from that part is 2.7 now as of now, and it will be very much growing in the next 5 years, and it will reach a total of about 75 million tons per year.
Of course, when it comes to the kind of space this is opening up for cement producers, let's take a look at that scenario and what the current dynamic is between local producers and then foreign investors who are showing an increasing interest in setting up shop in territories like Ethiopia that boast this kind of growth scenario moving forward.
Yeah, it is true. Now the local capacity in Ethiopia, now the economic situation is very much fast growing. Ethiopia is maybe on the top of 10 fastest growing economies in Africa. So like now, for example, there are 10 new industries already engaged in cement production, and the total capacities of these 10 factories is now 2.7 million tons per annum. And the deficit as of now is about 2 million tons, which is fulfilled by only importing cement. So this is very interesting scenario for anyone who is coming to Ethiopia and interested in investing in Ethiopia.
Taking a look at the foreign interest that Ethiopia has received within the cement space, I mean, we know that for one, the Chinese cement companies, Asian cement companies as a whole, in fact, have been targeting stakes in the East African market.
Yeah, it is true. Mostly now we are buying from Asian countries like Pakistan, and the investment scenario, when you look at Ethiopian condition, the Chinese are coming. But there is still the opportunity not yet developed. If you see the cement plants in Ethiopia, they are located very near to the capital city of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. But still there are many potential investment sites to the south, to the east, to the west, and to every corner of Ethiopia. So there is still, from the conference also, during my presentation, I can see many audiences, that many investors are interested now to come to Ethiopia because they lack information. Now they have available such kind of information, and they will come, and I think they will be in market with the Chinese and with the Asian companies as well.
Oh, of course, we've got Ethiopia falling within the ambit of emphasis on markets that have not yet reached, the level of infrastructure development that we've seen, for example, in South Africa right here. But for cement manufacturers, key consideration is energy, electricity supply. So we're looking for players working with significant constraints in that regard. What's the scenario in that regard in terms of power capacity?
Yeah, Ethiopia has ample potential regarding hydropower production. We reached a level of 2,000 megawatt electricity production. But we are planning in the next 5 years to achieve 8,000 megawatt. And the whole potential, if you look at the Ethiopian power sector, we can produce about 65,000 megawatt by year 2025. So that means Actually, the cement, the grinding station, like the clinker production, uses this furnace oil. So now the government is looking into importing coal. And from this conference also, I met some investors interested to export coal to Ethiopia from South Africa through Djibouti. But the feasibility, I mean the cost effectiveness and the margin they are getting from coal export, it will be seen in their detailed feasibility study.